and promises regular funding for essential agriculture and rural development projects. Eight states partner the federal government on interventions to increase access to electricity in rural communities. Safety on our roads at UTAG, Federal Road Safety Corps takes awareness to communities. The lack of a centralized database to ascertain the number, activities and arrests made of alleged criminal elements has come under the spotlight of the federal government, prompting a decision by the Federal Ministry of Justice to mobilize resources towards building a centralized national record of criminals and other activities in the country. And the initiative is geared towards enhancing justice delivery and law enforcement.
A centralized database will serve as a critical tool to enhance coordination among justice sector institutions, streamline processes, and ultimately enhance and expedite the transition of justice.
Session on the establishment of a national database through a justice information management system. In an era defined by digital transformation, the dispensation of justice remains one of the critical indicators of societal development.
The part you play is as important as the part others plays. So what we are saying is that there is no institution that can do it alone.
Elements involved in security work, adjudication were also urged to prioritize the use of information technology to make their task of promoting peace in the society a more efficient one, as the records being collated on suspected criminals would eventually be used to build a national crime registry for the nation's security. The federal government has lifted the ban on mining exploration activities in Zamfara State, citing significant improvement in the security situation across the state. Making the announcement at the press briefing, the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, stated that the nation has a lot to gain from reawakened economic activities in a highly mineralized state like Zamfara State. That has vast gold, lithium and copper belts.
I have the honor and privilege to announce to you that the President has approved the lifting of the ban on mining exploration in Zamfara State. So we shall be communicating officially to the various agencies, the relevant agencies that are involved in the mining activities.
On the recent controversy surrounding the Memorandum of Understanding with France, Alake reaffirmed the federal government's position that the agreement does not imply Nigeria is relinquishing control over its mineral resources or entering into any military pact with France. He emphasized that Nigeria's military remains fully capable of safeguarding the nation's territorial integrity.
Capacity building between France and Nigeria. And we need all the assistance we can get in terms of capacity, technical, financial, whatever, in this sector from abroad. And that wasn't even the first MOU we are signing. We signed one with Germany. I think we signed with Australia. And there was no hue and cry.
Alake urges stakeholders to support federal government's policies as 2025 looks promising for the sector. The federal government has assured international organizations of its commitment to strictly uphold agreements regarding funding for essential agriculture and rural development projects. This was disclosed by the Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, along with the Minister of Women Affairs, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, during a review meeting and discussion of the budget for 2025 projects.
These are key players in the implementation of projects funded by the federal government and the development partners. The meeting was chaired by the Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture is implementing 4 key projects funded by the World Bank, the International Fund for Agricultural Development, the Islamic Development Bank, and the African Development Bank. The purpose of the meeting was to review and approve the 2025 annual work plan and budget for the 4 key agricultural donor-funded projects.
That the focus of the ministry at this point in time is to ramp up production and scale up value addition, thereby reducing post-harvest losses, ensuring food security, creating jobs and income for our farmers.
The Minister of Women Affairs, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, advocated more opportunities for women in agricultural projects. She cited the World Bank's finding that addressing gender productivity in agriculture could increase the country's GDP by up to $8.1 billion.
There are good policies and practices in place that could leverage to transform the sector for women. For instance, we have the First Lady Every Home Garden Initiative, which seeks to drive the household food security through home gardening. This is such an important model worthy for the stakeholder to consider and adopt.
The meeting emphasized the need for all coordinators to adhere strictly to the agreements Nigeria signed with multilateral institutions in the execution of the projects. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Passengers have applauded the magnanimity of the federal government for providing free train ride from Kaduna to Abuja for the Christmas and New Year celebrations, with an appeal for extension of the gesture. Kim Gotts has more from Rigasa Railway Station.
Rigasa railway station in the early hours of the morning is a beehive of activity as passengers are rushing with luggages to board the free train ride to Abuja. Ahmed Yakubu and Mariam Husseini expressed their feelings, commending the federal government for the free train ride.
Good thing, yeah, everybody, is a good thing. Like, we really enjoy it. Those that travel actually.
More trains, more than the number of the trains that used to actually lift to Abuja to and fro, can be increased so that to accommodate the population on ground.
Railway station manager Rigasa, Mohammed Kabiru Yakubu, says 16 coaches, as at the time of filing in this report, so far have departed Rigasa with passengers.
And it's 000 naira. It's free. It's free. Anybody who tells you to come and buy ticket with money, disregard that request.
The free train ride, which started on the 20th December 2024, will end on the 5th January 2025. In Kaduna, Kim Gotts, NTA News.
The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, has reaffirmed that the sacred duty of defending Nigerian sovereignty is entrusted not only to individuals who demonstrate exceptional traits and abilities. He made this assertion while serving as the reviewing officer at the passing out parade for Basic Military Training Course 44 2023 at the Military Training Center, Nigerian Air Force Base in Kaduna. Defense correspondent Olajide Bello reports.
A statement by the Deputy Director of Public Relations and Information, Group Captain Kabir Ali, indicates that Air Marshal Abubakar commended the recruits for their perseverance and dedication, emphasizing the transformative nature of their training as deliberately challenging to molding them into warriors, tradesmen, and leaders with courage, discipline, and resilience. The Chief of the Air Staff urged the newly inducted airmen and airwomen to uphold NAV's core values of integrity, service before self, and excellence in all they do, while emphasizing the responsibility to remain vigilant, respect civilians, and adhere strictly to the rules of engagement. Air Marshal Abubakar also discussed the pivotal role the new recruits will play in addressing Nigeria's security challenges, noting that many will be deployed to operational theaters and internal security operations. Air Marshal Abubakar expressed appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his unwavering commitment to addressing the operational, logistical, and welfare needs of the NAF, while assuring President Tinubu of the Nigerian Air Force on its loyalty and total commitment to his agenda for a peaceful and prosperous Nigeria. The ceremony celebrated the successful completion of 6 months of intensive training by 1,190 airmen and airwomen. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
Road safety campaigns at the grassroots is one vital aspect for proper orientation of motorists, especially commercial drivers, during the festive season. And this informs the FRSC Co-Marshal's visit to the Olowo of Owo Kingdom, Oba Ajibade III, on the need to intimate motorists on the importance of road safety adherence. Let's get more on this from Oyeyemi Ajayi.
The scenario cuts a unique picture. The meeting of royalties, or perhaps a fusion of two cultural heritage. From the north is the Zazzau Kingdom, and the west, Owo Kingdom, bounded by a cogent purpose, road safety. The commercial, who is on a monitoring tour to parts of the country, makes Ondo State the first point of call, with the Olowo of Owo as a major influence of echoing the road safety campaign.
We're not only here, my team members are all over the Federation, overseeing, supervising and monitoring the activities of FRC men, and also to ginger them, to motivate them, for them to know that we are together with them as leaders, but also on the road with them.
Commendations pour in for the commercial in ensuring good motoring on the roads since assumption of office. The Olowo of Owo in Ondo State, without mincing words, is concerned about something: the need for more vehicles for officers in the state, especially functional ambulances in Ondo State, to convey victims of road accidents.
I think we need an ambulance, a functional ambulance here in Owo to be sited. And that is the more reason why the federal government cited the Federal Medical Center here. So to prevent unnecessary death, you know, and if you don't have ambulance or ambulances, it's even more than one, to convey victims of road accidents. It may lead to unnecessary loss of lives.
The king promised the Traditional Council of Owo will continue to sensitize the motoring public through town hall meetings and engagement with transport union leaders. From Owo in Ondo State, Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
So Oyeyemi Ajayi is still in Owo, so I would like to join him to ask further what the road safety is going to do to safeguard the roads this season. Hello, Oyeyemi. You can hear me, Oyeyemi Ajayi. Alright, we seem to have a poor network connection there. We'll still connect with Oyeyemi Ajayi to have further discussion on the efforts still in the course of the bulletin. But let's take a quick break. More reports ahead. Don't go away.
As this year draws to a close, we would like to express our sincere gratitude for your continued support. From breaking news to heartwarming stories, we are committed to bringing you credible content and delivering captivating programs that keep you glued to your screens. Our team is committed to providing exceptional service to delight our clients. We say thank you to those who have supported us through the year, from government agencies to corporate clients, political parties, religious bodies, and, most importantly, our viewers. As we welcome the new year, we look ahead with a promise to bring you the best in broadcasting as we continue this journey with you. Season's greetings from all of us at NTA.
It's another time of the season where much vehicular movements and travels are expected, and the situation is the same here in Abuja, where more travelers are boarding vehicles to their various destinations. And of course, we established a conversation with Oyemi Ajayi in the course of the break, because a lot needs to be done to safeguard our roads during this season. And now he tells us another side of the story from where he is currently. Oyemi Ajayi, over to you.
You are God in every situation. You are God in all circumstances.
Usual activities at back, especially when journeys abound. A prayer for safety to their destination. But that is not the story. It's a visit to different motor parks in the Federal Capital Territory to see the level of activities there. There seem to be much people set on the journey. Sights of families and those that travel alone. But the concern remains the transport fare. Precisely here at the Jabi Park, we saw the influx of people trying to travel to different locations. Though Jabi Park was not actually the only place visited, we visited some other parks. For instance, one of the parks that we visited from Abuja to Onitsha is 45,000 naira. And from that same park, from Abuja to Lagos, was 43,000 naira. Also in another park, we have Abuja to Port Harcourt, 59,800. And from Abuja to Lagos was is 45,000 naira. And another park where we had Sienna buses from Abuja to Port Harcourt is actually 65,500, while Abuja to Owerri is 60,500. And at Jabi Park precisely, from Abuja to Lagos is 35,200. Abuja to Ibadan is 30,200. Abuja to Kogi is 15,000 naira, while Abuja to Kaduna is 9,000 naira. To Sokoto as well is 20,000 naira. And this price is actually different to the price that passengers pay on goods. For instance, we had that of 5,000 naira, 4,000 naira, 3,000 naira, 2,000 naira, as well as 1,000 naira. It depends on the size of the loads.
The three vehicles that have that CNG, they don't collect as much as other vehicles that use fuel.
How much do they collect?
They collect 35. And we don't have much vehicles that have that CNG.
Wow, those vehicles on the road now?
Yes, they're on the road. You know, them traveling interstate. They can leave this week, and some of them might spend up to 3 or 4 days before coming back.
Last year, I think I took it for 25,000 naira, but unfortunately this year is 55,000 naira. I'm going to say maybe because of the festivity going on, maybe that's why, and fuel price that is on the high side, maybe that's why it's as expensive as it is. But then I'm disappointed because an average Nigerian is getting more like 50,000 naira for their salary, and because you are traveling home to go celebrate the festival with your family, and then you have to pay so much for transport fare. I feel it's not fair, and then even the people who are the transporters are also doing too much. They intentionally skyrocket the price, and it's not fair on Nigerians.
Big money for transport.
How much is it?
Eh?
How much is it?
I paid for only 2 seats now for 131,000. Yes.
And our government too, they have to do some things to subsidize and the transportation fares. Maybe some measures should be put into place so that the welfare of the citizens should be taken into account. Because I believe what the government give as an action is what the citizens sometimes emulate. So if the government can lead good examples by creating a welfare package during this festive period, I know it will not be difficult for the citizens to follow the same step.
It depends on how plenty your luggage is. If your load is plenty, they will charge you more, and if it's maybe like a bag or two, maybe you pay like 2,000, 3,000 for it. But if it's much, you'll be paying up to like maybe 4,000, 5,000 for your luggage.
5K or 7K, but now it's 15,000.
15,000 compared to Kogi?
Yes.
Off camera, some of these transport companies said the passengers don't actually need to come in person before they pay, as e-ticketing has been made available to book and pay. However, it could be noted that despite the high fare, many people remain undeterred to ensure they travel to reunite with their family or visit holiday destinations to see their loved ones after a long time. But to some, of major concern now is what the transport fares will be when they plan returning. Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
All right, thank you so much, Oyeyemi Ajayi. From traffic to transportation to road crashes, Oyeyemi Ajayi is currently on the move to bring us updates on the development during this festive season. Now let's talk a little bit about politics. With former Governor of Kano State, Senator Ibrahim Shekarau, saying the People's Democratic Party can leverage the country's youth population to win majority of elective seats at both federal and state levels. He was speaking at the unveiling ceremony of the Board of Trustees of the Northern Forum of Zonal and State Youth Leaders of the PDP in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf reports.
That's for you cannot miss any information.
Official unveiling of Northern Forum of Zonal and State Youth Leaders of PDP social media handles by former Governor of Kano State, Senator Ibrahim Shekarau. The social media handles are to serve as awareness creation avenues to regain the confidence of Nigerians towards returning PDP to its old winning days.
What we are trying to do today is to bring to the consciousness of the people of Nigeria that so handles exist for this forum so that they can follow.
The youth constitutes the largest number of our voters in Nigeria. We only need to mobilize them.
Party leaders believe that lack of internal democracy was a major factor responsible for PDP's inability to capture power at the center.
It's not entirely the fault of the elders that the party is suffering. It's also because the youth have not been able to put themselves together. I want to charge the youth
Another aspect or another harm of
to please fill in this void led by the leadership. They will have to work hard. We have to work hard like we did in 1999.
And we are counting on the youth to do that for us.
Both leaders and youth of the party at this gathering appealed for understanding among party leaders at all levels to work as a team towards moving PDP from opposition to a party in government status. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
You're still watching the news at 10 live on NTA News 24. More reports ahead. journalists have been urged to prioritize wellness and health promotion as they perform their duties in society. Director General of the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, Dr. Temitope Ilori, gave the charge during an end-of-the-year appreciation event in Abuja. It was a day of celebration and reflection at the event where NACA detailed the crucial role of journalists in defining public awareness about HIV/AIDS and other public health challenges.
The gospel of HIV is all about media, it's all about prevention, it's all about treatment, but the news has to be out there, the information has to be out there. So we can't do it apart, without you. And we appreciate that you are collaborating with us, you are partnering with us in this very, vision and mission and this goal, of achieving an AIDS-free generation.
In recognition of their efforts, NACA presented awards to outstanding journalists for their commitment to reporting on HIV/AIDS related issues. Among the awardees was NTA's Basi Ita Ipan, who was lauded for her contribution to HIV/AIDS advocacy.
They said, to whom honor is given, it's either for you to do more, and either for you to do very well, and either for you to do well. So we say, ma, we are proud of the honor done to us this evening.
The event also featured a range of interactive activities. The Christmas season is here again at a time of the year when good-spirited individuals and groups support the less privileged and advocate better life for them, especially widows and orphans. It is in the same spirit, all lights that the Sunday and Mokere Oreran Foundation, SOF, a non-governmental organization, held its annual Christmas party and humanitarian outreach in Abuja. Details with Olusheye Adiagbo.
Glory has been battling with an eye impediment since 2019, and coupled with her being a widow, she has since been facing an uphill task to care for herself and children. Glory and other widows here who have gathered from across the nation's capital city, Abuja, including indigent children, now feel they are no longer subjected to societal indifference as the Sunday and Omokore Orearon Foundation, SOOF, is touching them with milk and human kindness.
I'm very, very happy.
The foundation was set up in memory of our parents who were also into humanitarian activities, and we just thought that we'll have to keep on their legacies. And the essence is that this is a season of love, season of giving, Christmas time, and some of these orphans and widows, they don't even know where their next meal will come from. And we thought that while we are making merry, we should also remember this set of people.
The family is united in this. We have other siblings doing the little they can in Asaba, all parts of the country.
Supported by partners, the SOOF is using the outreach not only to give welfare and educational packages to children and widows, but also to offer them other humanitarian activities to include free medical services and efforts the group pledged to sustain.
Last year we catered for 500. But this year we are catering for over 1,000. So when you talk about sustainability, we are beyond sustainable. We are growing every day.
It's not just centered on the festive period only. This is something we do like even monthly, by every 3 months, 6 months, and all of that. We are not just limited to just giving them food and items. Rather, we also try to provide sustainable development.
We are checking their blood pressure to be sure that their blood pressures are fine, and if there is any issue with their blood pressures, we have doctors here that will attend to them and give them free medications. So also we are checking their blood sugars, speaking to them,
They check all my BP, everything, they say it's fine. But that pain, they give me the pain relief.
The beneficiaries only want individuals and corporate bodies who have the wherewithal to take a cue from Sunday and Omokore Oriaron Foundation. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
And let's turn our attention to Niger State, where the need for security agencies and other people of vested interest to rise up to the challenge of cleaning up and detonating other improvised explosive devices still hidden in the trouble zones of Shiroro local government area of Niger State is being stressed to further avert tragic occurrences. Senator representing Niger State East Senatorial District, Sani Musa, raised the concern during a sympathy visit to the survivors of the last Friday's explosion in Bassa village, currently receiving treatment at the IBBU Specialist Hospital in Mina.
The senator, while commiserating with the victims, said the cleanup is imperative as the recent collaborative efforts by both the military and natives have reportedly led to the discovery of more IEDs planted in the area by the hoodlums. He, however, urged the people of the community to yield to the advice of limiting their movement to the controlled areas until sanity is achieved. The senator, who is also the Senate Chairman Committee on Finance, applauded the combined efforts of the security agencies on the successes recorded in the battle against insurgency, and more synergies will be sought to ensure peace is restored to the area. Senator Sani Musa, who also regretted the impact of activities of terrorists on the agrarian community, said efforts must be intensified to tackle the security challenge head-on to enable them contribute to the present administration's commitment towards ensuring food sufficiency.
When I heard this, it was shocking because we've been able to curtail most of the atrocities these bandits are doing around that area. But surprisingly, somebody sneaked in and planted these bombs around farms, and you can see the victims are all young children and very innocent people. I'm very sure the security agencies are on top of it, and by the grace of God, this will not occur again.
The 5 survivors, who are mostly youths and have lost the use of their limbs, appealed to both federal and state governments as well as well-meaning Nigerians to come to their aids. Fatima Usman, NTA News.
Promoting cultural diversity among personnel was the focus of the 16th Brigade Nigerian Army Wassa celebration aimed at fostering unity and peace within its area of operation. And the 2024 West African social activities created an atmosphere for social interaction for soldiers and families.
Welcome to Nigeria. The gallant commitment in protecting Nigeria's territorial integrity is not negotiable by officers of the Nigerian Army. Just like everyone else, the soldiers who engage this battle are humans with emotions, psychological needs, care, and loving the heart as a moral booster. This, the Army has demonstrated through the Forum for Social Interaction within the barracks, using the West Africa Social Activities, WASA, designed to celebrate troops and their families.
After all of these activities, very hard work for the year, done so many things to keep the environment calm, keep Bayelsa State peaceful, and serve the nation in different capacity. My message to them is to refresh at this Euro-type season and get set for the next year activity from January 2025.
Guest of honor, Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, Lawrence Owijakpo, commended the officers and men of the 16th Brigade for showcasing different rich cultural heritage.
This is the most important event that brings all of us together once in a year. Because every other event is strictly regimental.
The event features different cultural display, food of different ethnic groups in Nigeria, among other displays.
The WASA program, you have different people from different climes coming together to have a time celebrate, relax, and in a joyous mood. So I think it's a very nice experience.
Some personnel of the brigade were presented award for their outstanding performance in different areas of deployment at the event aimed to also promote civil-military relations.
One fair right behind me is an indication of the end of activities for the Army for the year 2024. In Yenegua, Yanekwe Ulolu, NTA News.
And on the renewable energy, Joshua Odiso reports that 8 states in Nigeria have indicated interest with 30% counterpart fund to key into federal government's newly launched intervention to increase access to electricity in rural communities. Executive Director Rural Electrification Fund, Doris Ubo, said the intervention will upscale solar energy connections and also boost rural economy.
The initiative EHAT, which is to energize healthcare centers, educational facilities, agriculture, rural communities, and the transportation sector, as well as the distributed access through renewable energy scale-up DES, receive the support of state governments.
Our expected outcome is to create an alignment between the different parties that are required to play a critical role in addressing the electricity access gap in the country.
8 states are ready with a 30% counterpart fund, as federal government is to provide 60% funding for the projects.
Kaduna State ready to receive our co-funding. People like Plateau State Governor, Katsina, Cross River, Lagos State. So the list is unending, and we're encouraging those who have not started to emulate those who are already in the game, so that this can be an all-encompassing solution for every state. We are bringing mixed grill solution to the energy space.
The counterpart funding that is required from the state, I believe that the governors should do well to attend to them. Already we have a counterpart funding for 10,000 solar for 10,000 homes. Portugal State is having it so good.
It's the right time now for the transition to renewable energy.
More than 17 million Nigerians are expected to be connected with solar mini-grids under the 2 programs. Joshua Ojito, NTA News.
Sustaining the legacy of late Senator Abubakar Sodangi of promoting the growth of Islam in his community, a newly built mosque in Nasarawa was inaugurated in his honor. Aliu Tijani reports that the mosque was built by Governor Abdullahi Sule.
An edifice to behold, a palace of worship for Muslim Ummah in Nasarawa and beyond. This was the dream of late Senator Abubakar Sodangi, but could not live to accomplish it. Now it is a reality, courtesy of Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule. Former Governor of Sokoto State, Senator Aminu Tambuwal, inaugurated the mosque as the Muslims observed the Zuhur prayer. Emir of Lafia, Justice Ibaigi Mohammed I, represented Governor Abdullahi Sule, saying the mosque is the governor's modest effort to the growth of Islam and to fulfill the dream of late Senator Abubakar Sodangi. Federal Commissioner, National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, Aliu Tijani Ahmed, Accountant General of Nasarawa State, Musa Ahmed Mohammed, member representing Nasarawa Central at the State Assembly, commends Governor Abdullahi Sule for the donation, which will not only build faith among Muslims in Nasarawa, but beyond the shores of the community.
The place such as this is not only a mosque, it's also an Islamic center. People that are passing by can now branch, over their prayer, over their supplications to Allah subhanahu.
Please show commitment to the religion of Islam. Also extend another batch of prayers to the late Senator and also Sodangi of blessed memory.
From Nasarawa, Aliu Tijani, NTA News.
As a parent, it's heart-wrenching to think about what to do when your child is being bullied in school. Recently, the reaction of a parent in Abuja whose child was reportedly bullied in a viral video has struck a chord with many Nigerians. Now, Ramatu Abdullahi took it upon herself to investigate these developments, and here's her finding.
Once upon a time, just like the name of this school, it was a beautiful beginning of an academic journey filled with promise for young Imtiaz who was enrolled here 9 years ago. Sadly, that promise took a troubling turn when a video surfaced showing Imtiaz, now in SS1, with a chain tied around his neck, urging him to lie down by older students. For Imtiaz's parents, this incident felt like a devastating attack on their child's dignity, prompting them to speak out on social media. However, the proprietaries of Beautiful Beginning Academy explained that the behavior was a misguided attempt by the students while playing, that many misunderstood as bullying.
And all of them were still saying, "Mommy, we were playing. Mommy, it was a play." And I said, "Who took this picture?" And they say it is Imtiaz, that's the person on the ground, that he's the one that took that told his friend to take the picture. I said, "Who is the person?" I said, "Call him for me." They called him, he came in to the office, principal's office where I was sitting. I said, "Why did you take that picture?" I said, "Mommy, Imtiaz said I should take the picture." And I now say, "And you took it?" And he said, "Yes, ma." That mommy, we're playing now. All of them said the same thing in the presence of the 3 ladies that walked up to me. I don't know them, but they identified themselves as Imtiaz's sisters.
While it is encouraging that the issue has been resolved between the school and Imtiaz's family with the help of the FCT Mandate Secretary of Education, this incident reminds us that bullying is a serious issue that can leave lasting scars on children.
And this is something that will affect the child for the rest of his life. No matter how old or elderly when he gets, he keeps thinking of what's happened.
When somebody's child is bullied, the person's impression about the school, for instance, is reduced, because no parent would like their child or their children to be bullied by another.
Teach the children value. That's why you see, of recent, I think they introduced national value in schools so that they will learn.
Religious leaders have echoed the importance of guiding our children to reject bullying in all its forms, recognizing the profound impact it can have on young lives.
When the father or a mother insult or shouts on people anyhow in the presence of their children, the children believes that is the way to go. So it means as a Muslim, no matter the condition, no matter how harsh you are, no matter how you feel, you should learn to be patient and talk with ease, with gentility to people.
So from the house, if you're able to teach them the word of God and things like that, that we encourage them to respect one another and not intimidate or oppress those that have advantage over.
Bullying is unquestionably a troubling reality that deserves our immediate attention and compassion. Experts say there is a need for collective action to ensure that every child feels safe and valued. Ramatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Towards boosting government efforts on food security, the federal government or Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has distributed agricultural inputs to 6,000 wheat farmers in Kano State. Shehu Adamu reports on this.
Launching the distribution exercise at Alkama in Bunkuri, the Kano State Coordinator, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Isa Isiako Tore explained that the program is covering 3,000 hectares in the 12 special clusters in Alkama and local government areas of Ajingiraya and Garku. The coordinator said the inputs were given to the farmers at 75% subsidy by the federal government, while the farmers will pay 25% of the inputs.
The special cluster centers, we have about 12 in Kano, 4 at Alkamawa, 3 at Gurgur, Ajingir local government. We have 2 at Gaya local government, then 3 at Garko local government.
Chairman of the Gaya Emirate Farmers Association, Yakubu Ibrahim, expressed gratitude to the federal government for their intervention, saying it will go a long way in boosting wheat production in the state.
The scheme is quite okay. That would reduce the importation of wheat.
which is the major foodstuff, the grain we eat.
The beneficiaries are optimistic that the intervention will encourage them to resume large-scale wheat production, which before now reduced significantly due to the high prices of fuel and fertilizer. In Kano, Shehu Adamu, NTA News.
All right, in today's digitally saturated world, it's easy to get caught up in the endless stream of notifications, likes and shares, or at what cost, rather. Now, adopting a digital lifestyle adjustment, experts believe, can prevent distractions and enhance productivity in the real world. In this special report, Toyibat Adifowosiri explores the concept of digital minimalism.
Digital minimalism is often associated with an intentional exposure to the use of digital tools, which experts say might be the solution to the numerous psychological problems associated with overindulgence in technology.
Digital minimalism can significantly mitigate the negative effects of social media on mental health. Here's how. It can reduce anxiety and stress. You know very well that constant notifications and the pressure to stay connected can lead to anxiety. Every time that, especially when you are addicted to your phone or addicted to a particular app, for example, TikTok. There's a lot of funny things on TikTok that a lot of people, that get people hooked up when they're addicted to it. So that could put pressure on you. To be honest with you, it could put pressure on you. You see people wearing certain clothes that you can't afford. You see your friends are going far in life and you want to aspire to be like them. That could push you to do things you're not supposed to do.
The term digital minimalism was first coined in a book titled Digital Minimalism, Choosing a Focused Life in a Noisy World by Cal Newport, a professor of computer science at the Georgetown University in the United States. Today, many individuals and corporate bodies already practice this concept to boost their productivity.
You know, digital distraction can significantly impact productivity and focus, because sometimes when you are not mindful on what you use your phone for, you know, your phone is full of so many things. Especially like people, I check some people's phone and I see they have so many apps. So many. What are you using this app for? I mean, they will tell you, okay, when I'm free, when I'm bored, I can use this app. Sometimes you get addicted to it.
For some industry players, digital minimalism might be able to address the issues of security and privacy.
Yes, I think practicing digital minimalism can address the issues of security and privacy. And that's on a personal level. Because, you know, you really don't have to bother about protecting what's not out there in the first place. So basically, the risk of your data being used or hijacked by hackers is reduced drastically if you really don't have much out there.
Experts agree that a simple, carefully curated digital life is not a rejection of technology. Instead, it is recognizing and embracing the immense value that these new tools can offer. However, this is expressly on the condition that one is willing to do the hard work of figuring out how best to utilize them for things that truly matter. In Abuja, Toyibat Adifowosiri, NTA News.
And it's time now to recap the news. Federal government lifts ban on mining and exploration activities in Zamfara State.
We shall be communicating officially to the various agencies, the relevant agencies that are involved in the mining activities.
Federal government promises regular funding for essential agriculture and rural development projects. 8 states partner federal government on interventions to increase access to electricity in rural communities. Now let's talk sports.
Despite a spirited performance,
Niger's Flamingos lost on penalties to hosts Ghana on penalty shootout in the final of the Maiden Wafil Under-17 Girls Cup on Sunday. The Flamingos had to come from 2-0 down to draw 2-2 and force the game into penalties, where they lost 5-4. With both teams failing to find the winner, the game went into penalties with Ghana coming out tops.
Goal against Christiana.
Away in Turkey, Victor Osimhen scored twice as Galatasaray defeated Kayserispor 5-1 in a Turkish Super League clash on Sunday. Osimhen gave the holders the lead from the penalty spot after 4 minutes. The Nigerian international then netted Galatasaray's fourth goal 19 minutes from time. The 25-year-old has now registered 12 goals and 5 assists in all competitions for Okenburg's side this season. And in tennis, teenager Joao Fonseca beat American Lerner Tien to be crowned the second youngest winner of the next-gen ATP Finals title. The 18-year-old Brazilian, who was the youngest player in this year's competition and lowest ranked, overcame Tien 2-4, 4-3, 4-love, 4-2 in Jeddah. Only Yannick Sinner in 2019 has lifted the title at a younger age than Fonseca, who won all 5 of his matches at the season-ending tournament for the top-ranked male players aged 21 and under.
Fonseca is the 2024 next-gen champion. He goes unbeaten across his 5 matches.
The Muhammadu Buhari football tournament has been concluded in Daura with Musa Football Club as a winner after defeating Harrow Academy with a decisive 5-goal lead. Hussein Suleiman reports that former President Muhammadu Buhari has also received the Award of Excellence by the organizers.
It is a friendly football tournament featuring teams from within and outside Daura area of Katsina State. Musa Football Club and Musa Harrow Academy locked horns in a keenly contested grand finale, which saw Musa Football Club emerge winner after the final whistle with superior goal difference.
They should keep working harder, working smarter against next move in life. You know, this is the first stage in life. Winning this cup is not the end of it. I wish them the best. Both winner and the loser, yeah, exactly. So especially the runoff. Let them put against the season, inshallah. To clean the trophy against the year, inshallah. The
game is so sweet to me and to spectators. Everybody enjoyed the game. And what happened for the game is just the miscalculation, especially our defense line. We get a defense error.
The winning team received the President Muhammadu Buhari prestigious cup and cash prize of 500,000 naira, while Musa Harrow Academy received 300,000 naira, and the third place prize of 200,000 naira went to Superstar Kankia.
Hussein Suleiman's report there was presented by Ekene Ndului. That concludes the news at this time. Many thanks for watching. I'm Comfort Amodu. I'll be back with the news update.
Implementation of the ruling is also dependent on another aspect or another arm of government.
Nowhere in the world will allow under digital economy for banks not to be dispensing domestic currency in that economy.
What will make this one different
We want to know what they do as occupation. All of these are attributes that our questions have been designed to investigate.
In a few days to come, you see that we are all around, they're all